This is That Comic Smell podcast, featuring your hosts,
David Robertson,
Fernando Pons,
Giuseppe Lambertino,
Mike Sadaka,
and Tom Stewart, with special guest
Dan McDaid.
And I look forward to that book, Nocenti in La Vita.
Yeah,
I really look forward because
the seeds.
I read a lot of Nocenti comics from Marvel, mostly in the late 80s.
We should maybe do an Nocenti episode.
Yeah.
She's done enough. Maybe when that book comes out.
Yeah. That will be a good point to
She's done lots of stuff.
Look into it and then looking back as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know her mostly for the Marvel stuff.
Long Shot.
Long Shot, and which is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Books.
So good.
And the Daredevil stuff. And there's a Spider-Man annual or two, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Yes.
Web
of, I think.
Web of Spider-Man.
She had a few Web of Spider-Man.
And I know she did lots and lots of stuff, but those are the stuff that I managed actually to read and I remember. And I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed the Daredevil, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just your typical superhero fight the wars. It was a social.
Yeah, she always had a point.
There was always a social dialogue and a social point of view. That not necessarily everything is completely white, completely black. There's always green tones in the middle, and it's very difficult sometimes, depending on which situation you are. Look into it. There were many things. Many things. Because discussion of drugs, child abuse, politics.
Mm-hmm.
I remember things like medicine tests on animals.
That was in there. Do you remember the guy Rock got? And he was like being it was all about all the terrible food he was eating and all his life and all that, and it was his system was it was all about the bad food kids are eating and the pollution.
Yeah. There was lots of things.
That was quite early on when she took over.
So I remember all that. I was well deserved a chat one day.
Yeah, she kind of left comics for a long time, didn't she? She never did anything for ages.
Yeah, that's right.
And then she came back.
Well, the last thing I remember, apart of Long Shot, well, I say that because in Spain, those comics not necessarily were published in chronological order as they were published. If you know where maybe Long Shot appeared later, I can't remember now, but maybe the last thing from her was the Web of Spider-Man annual, I remember, that I've read. But since then...
I remember a New Mutants one as well, New Mutants annual, 1990.
Mutant annual.
But then I remember thinking, where's Nocenti? You know, something you sit and go, oh, I've not heard anything from them for 6 years.
Yeah, I haven't, since then, I haven't heard anything
But then
else.
she came back. I remember she came back and it was a Daredevil black and white thing she did.
Oh, right, okay.
I remember seeing it in previews, hey, I'm Nocenti doing Daredevil.
Yeah.
So I ordered.
I remember the day, so I go practically all her run.
Yeah, good writer.
There is something of Nocenti as a writer.
Yes.
That comes from Kirby as a writer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
Because Kirby, especially if you look into Kirby's, like the New Gods series with him for DC, and then once he left DC and he went into Marvel and he did Black Panther, Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
There was, as big ideas, there was always the themes of mythology. There was also very down-to-earth social stuff. There was a mix of different topics that not necessarily you would think that's not gonna work. but Jack Kirby managed to do it. Not necessarily, those comics were not successful when he did it, because the New Gods, when they came out, they did not sell very well.
No,
in
I
the scene.
remember that.
But you're looking back, and everyone agrees that those comics were ahead of the time. And you know what they say, one of the definitions of a genius is a man that is ahead of his time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was one of the first ones. He incorporated like myths and Bible references and some sort of popular science, and also how the people talks in the streets, and all kind of put it all together there. People like Grant Morrison, Mark Millar, Alan Moore, they do these things in their own way, but they do the things too. But I think that Kirby one of the first ones that I remember who put all that together in a superhero comic for sure. And I think Nocenti, there's something there coming from there as an influence either, because she does really well the balance of the superhero but also the human side of it, and grounds the character.
Especially long shot, you see it. You see it a lot.
Yes.
Long shot.
Yeah. And I saw it a lot in Daredevil.
Yeah.
I saw a lot in Daredevil, despite the fact that the most of the time in Daredevil, she deals with, Daredevil is dealing with Mephisto, which is a demon.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with something that is, it's not from this earth, but it's not extraterrestrial either. But then it's the devil, it's their devil. But it's a human side, it's a man who's dealing with the devil. And it's all these different points of view. How he, not that the devil needs to be grounded, because I think it's one of the most urban characters from Marvel, certainly. I don't think he's not normally going to be fantasy fights or anything like that. But to do that, and at the same time be able to do a social critique of different events that were big social issues during the 80s, and reflect that in a comic and make it all sense. I thought that was very big. There's something there from Kirby. I don't know if it was an influence on her. Maybe she could say that or not. I don't know. But there is something. Well, at least that's how I see it. Good. So yeah.
It's a good observation. Definitely.
I wrote an article about Kirby as a writer.
Right.
And I actually ended it by making a comparison with Nocenti and Longshot.
I see.
And it's online still, as far as I know. But it was the kind of dialogue. It's not. I think I was making a point. The dialogue. Kirby doesn't write realistic dialogue.
No.
And neither does Nocenti.
No.
And so people think, oh, the dialogue's clunky. The dialogue doesn't sound like people talking. But I always think that's not what he's doing. They're always talking in big ideas.
Yeah. Because it's using the comic and the characters.
Yeah. I like his writing.
Going through those big ideas. It's not meant to be realistic.
It's like the only kind of writing people appreciate is dialogue that sounds like it's really people talking, which is a good thing. But it's not the only thing.
No.
You can also be more poetic about it.
Yes.
And that was a comparison I made. Even like Ricochet Rita in Longshot. Even these kind of names. I mean, that's right out of New Gods. I mean, you can imagine Ricochet Rita,
one of the characters,
being in Mr.
One of the Furies.
Yeah. So
it could be like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do Nocenti.
Yeah, that's fine by me as well.
When that book comes out, which a new one.
I'm really looking forward.
When was it actually due to come out? Did they say to be confirmed on the date?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't actually see a date. And,
I'm really looking forward for that.
Yeah.
David Daja, he's the man. We met him, really cool guy.
Yep.
It's
Thumbs up.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Really nice,
I
and
really love his art as well.
he loved it. I say, oh, this is great. I have time to spend to speak to people, to little sketches and sign, and it's not like.
Do you think it'd be different? Do you think it'd be different if you went now though? Given the fact that people now know that thing is, I mean, it was a lot busier this year than it was when we went.
I don't know. I think it depends of what's.
Especially the artists, but
I mean, to me, the artists that we had last year. I mean, I prefer the artists I had last year. I mean, I was able to speak to Dave Gibbons. I was able to speak to Frank Wiley, to David Aja, and also with what's his name?
Actually, I've just realised that room
Yes.
last year that was off to the side.
Yes.
yeah, it was a kids one.
I
This time.
never went in there this time.
It was kids room
Was
this
that a
time.
kids area?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
kids'
All the artists were actually in amongst all the other
I see.
artists.
Yes.
They put all the artists together rather than separate the.
That last year when we were there, it was like they were saying, like, okay, these guys are like the top tier guys, so we're going to keep them away from the small press people,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it wasn't until they put them together this year that I thought about that. I was like, yes, so that really was. It was almost like exclusion. Like, no, they're too good for you. They're over on this side,
Right.
kind of thing. But then at the same point, it was a pain in the arse this year when Gillan and McKelvey are at the very top. And the queue is going right in front of all the small press
thing I was
tables.
thinking, yeah.
But I cut through them.
Just got through.
Well, I did when I went to go see Chris Baldy, the guy that did Space Captain. I cut through the queue, and both him and I don't know if it's his writing partner or if it's his actual partner, but both of them said, "Thank you very much for pushing through there," because I literally just cut a line through and went, "All right, guys."
They're start looking at it.
Yeah, they were sitting just looking at bodies and nothing else
You
coming
hear
through.
a lot of people talking about that, the cons and their table and like people are like in the queue and they're just leaning on their comics. They're putting bags on the table as while they're standing there waiting to go past, you know. And that's good.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's not good at all.
That's not right.
It might do you some harm, but I'd be telling them to fuck off. Definitely.
That's not right.
I'd be saying, get fucked. Like,
Who does he think? Yes, that new small press.
Yeah, but like-
Tom Stewart telling people to fuck off and everything
Yeah.
at his table.
yeah, let's fuck off.
You have a point.
I wouldn't even care.
No.
If somebody came over and
Crazy
said, fucking, what are you all about? But like, you lean on the table. Fuck off.
What
I
do you
think
think about previews now? I've been meaning to ask you this.
The last one I bought when we were in Glasgow.
So you know.
I went to
Oh,
Aberdeen
fine.
this weekend and I
Yeah.
was looking for the previews, but they didn't have anywhere.
Right.
They didn't have for sale.
I
Yeah.
think that's got to
Neither in- Well,
Because it's just not the same to do it online. You
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah, probably.
I can't. It's a list.
It's too
yeah,
much.
and the book is, I can sit down and I can look through it, and
Yeah.
the big sections I can pass very quickly, but other sections I'm quite happy to read through, browse
Yeah.
about,
Can
all
you
the
not-
investigation.
Can you not subscribe to get the preview sent to you?
I don't know how it works.
I didn't know.
I had a look in eBay, some of the bookshops, but the problem with the previews is it's not the price of the magazine, it's because it's very heavy.
Yeah.
It's the postage that they'll kill you.
Yeah. I honestly didn't know if Diamonds did like send you out previews if you wanted them or not, but
Not as far as I'm aware.
no.
I can do it through a bookshop.
Yeah. I have tried looking for that.
Because essentially it's a catalogue.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just monthly, isn't it?
The
It's
thing
just-
is, you look through. I mean, I used to get like 5 or 6 times. You'd spend like 2 hours going through it.
Yeah, and then you write down twice. Well, I'm the same, Sometimes you go, oh, there's about maybe 6 things and maybe another 3 or 4 maybes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go through and you go, it's not very much.
Yeah.
This time that I'm really interested,
Yeah.
So it just depends.
I get my updates that podcast, that Comic Geek Speak. They do like a flick through the previews and they just read out ones that look interesting to them. And so I kind of hear bits
I
and
saw
bobs of
that.
that.
Somebody does that online, a video like that, and I sat and watched it. But what I found was they got to like the section I wanted to look at,
And
I
skipped over, yeah.
And I think there's a bit that's green or something, and it's like that's all the other comics.
Yeah, so
So
that's the
that's
most
like everything. That's where I want to look,
that's the most interesting.
and that's the one they go, this is all just odds and sods.
Yeah.
Rubbish,
the
That's where
guys,
the wee gems are.
the guys that can't speak aren't too bad. You can hear it like they hit the heavy hitters. They hit like Marvel, DC, and
Yeah,
like that. But then they also do go through the other ones as well.
Yeah.
The thing about DC is, and especially if you're doing a blog or you do a video, whatever you want to do, is there are millions of people doing that.
Yeah.
And, okay, I mean, I really like Marvel superheroes, but especially the stuff that I read when I was a kid. So 70s and 80s and some of the 90s, yeah, I really like. And then as we're coming closer, I like them less and less, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, don't pay attention to any of
So
that.
it's
No.
I literally, they just completely block what they're doing at the minute.
No, I don't think I could imagine what they would do that would interest me.
This Mr. Miracle thing seems to be kicking off.
yeah, that's one of the points I have.
That and Bug Forager.
Yep, that's one of the things that go on the list.
But that's mainly just for
Mike Allwood.
Mike Allred, yeah. If he wasn't doing it, if that was somebody else, I wouldn't have cared. And Mr. Miracle is just because it's Tom King, and Tom King's making a massive impression. He's doing a lot of very good things.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of good
Critically,
work.
he's done very well, and
Yeah.
with the Vision, and previously with Omega Man in the DC,
Grayson.
and Grace, and also some of the Batman and stuff has done
Yep.
as well. So he's done very well.
Yep.
That's part of what DC put in the plan this year to celebrate 100th birthday of Doctor.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What, the Mr. Miracle?
Mr. Miracle, yeah, the revival of Mr. Miracle
Yeah.
and the revival of Buck, or Forager, or you want to call it.
Alright.
Right.
Yeah, those are part of the plan.
I thought it was
From
just
DC.
I thought it was just them working away on it. I see
No.
this.
So that's part of the plan because also they've done the Commander Challenge.
I
which
knew
is
that. Yeah.
A 12-issue series. They do different writer and artist. They take the story to one issue. They finish and deliver for the next team to keep going with the story.
Yeah.
So that's could be interesting depending how they want to approach.
I got that, not the first one of that.
I got the special, which appeared before the number one, which is abroad.
I
The last
got
meeting,
number one of it.
and that's what Jack Kirby stuff. The actual.
Yeah.
Is that the one you left in the tree?
Yeah, I think I left it in a park on a bench. It was the same. I got it the same way as Forager or Bug in one of these 3 packs for like £1 or whatever.
All right.
Did you like that Forager?
I mean, it looked nice because it was Mike Allred.
The story was
Well,
bad.
I don't know. It didn't really involve me. I'm not really the target market for it. But I read all of it and it was well done. And Laura Allred did the colours as well. She's always good. So I enjoyed looking through it. But I think I really like Madman back in the day.
Yeah.
But that was like 2 decades ago now. you know.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like,
like,
yeah, that's
okay, I've got
long.
Madman again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that, and then they've done this month. They have 6 specials, just one shots. It's about 48 pages. They have 2 or 3 stories, and again with different artists and writers. And there's one about the New Goats, Newsboy Legion, and the Boy Commandos.
Have they all got that 100 King?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the little
yeah.
stamp. The Sandman, Manhunter, Darkseid, and the Black Racer. So yeah, they've done this.
They've done another revival of Black Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a one shot
Yeah.
with some stories. So that's
Okay.
and all of them contain some reprint of the 4th Wall from Jack Kirby, or some of the Jack Kirby stuff that he did.
Oh, that's good.
So that's part of the plan as well from DC. Also, in September, they are putting all the Mr. Miracle Jack in one book, one nice
Oh, the whole
paperback.
series, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So that's in my wish list.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That'll be very good.
Oh, Jesus.
Especially because there's some of this stuff, I'm not sure we've managed, there's much of the stuff I haven't been able to read. So that I have, But some of the stuff I've read in black and white.
Yeah.
So yes, that looks very interesting. And I wish I could get this one as well, but it all depends on how much they're gonna cost. In December, is all the Fourth World in a big omnibus hardcase.
Oh,
So that's very good.
so this is an ad from the mid-80s. Just it says up there, 10 years ago Jack Kirby drew the future. Now,
That's the ad.
Now he ends it. So that's when they did the ending.
Yeah, that's not necessarily
Yeah.
the cover of the
No.
book. Okay, this is just
Not
How
final
big is
ad.
that?
yeah. But that's just an advert.
Yeah, but how big is that going to be, the Fourth World Omnibus?
1,536 pages to be exact.
$150.
So it'll be
Must be a
around.
monster.
We probably will be able to get it around the 90 to 100 pounds. I would imagine.
I would imagine they'll mark up. They always mark up, so it's going to
Round
be
about that.
120 quid, I would reckon.
Even less, if you imagine.
Love that cover.
Yeah. So that is. That's a couple of things that also they did in July. They did Kamandi. They did one of these books, all the Kamandi, or
Yeah.
hardcover, I believe. And in October, the Demon.
Good stuff.
So there's big compilation books coming from DC
That's good.
to celebrate the 100th birthday from Jack Kirby. So yeah, that's yeah, it's a problem for our pockets. But I do fancy Mr. Miracle
Oh, that would
a
be great.
lot,
The Commandy would be
and I
good
would
stuff.
love that. I mean, I would love all of them. But obviously, I can't afford to buy all of the books. But
No.
one of these or two of these might fall.
So this Mr. Miracle stuff must not be in here then. No, of course it isn't. New Gods. That's right, the last time they did it, they lumped it all together, didn't they? Didn't they
Yeah.
call it Fourth World Omnibus? And it was like a series, wasn't it?
Because this one, what they have is, look, they put it here.
Oh,
Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen,
New Gods.
New Gods, Forever People, the graphic
The
novel
Hunger
The
Dogs.
Hunger Dogs,
You've got
And-
6, yeah.
and another bits and pieces. So that essentially is the Fourth World.
That's interesting they've kept Mr. Miracle
Out
separate
of it, yeah.
because he was the first one I liked. I suppose he's the most kind of superhero looking one, Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
He was that was the first series I got into of Fourth World.
I think also they're publishing like that. I mean, it deserves to be published like that because I don't think it's been published on its own previously.
Only in that black and white.
In black and white, like
collection,
in books.
yeah.
And that's one of these, in one book it's going to be in color.
Yeah, that'd
So
be
that looks nice. Price wise as well,
great. Mr. Miracle.
it's just
$30.
for about
Is that the whole
400.
series? Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's 1 to 18.
Yeah, 1 to 18.
So that is pretty good
That's-
price, I
that's
think.
good.
That is in my wish list.
That's a great book to get, yeah.
So certainly DC, they made the effort, I think, to celebrate the 100th birthday of Jack Kirby. Certainly, with all
Well, I mean, why not, you know?
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Sell.
yeah,
So, print them.
yeah.
Great.
I mean, especially like Mr. Miracle, it's never been published color, all of them together.
Yeah.
The New Gods, it was published in different volumes.
Giving it like.
Alright, guys.
Very difficult, hard to get now.
Alright,
Hey,
Giuseppe,
Giuseppe.
how's it going? Alright,
How are you?
alright,
How are you?
alright.
See you, man.
Alright.
Yeah. Football.
How's life?
Not football tonight, no. I did get asked, but. You know, sometimes you just have to admit that you're past it. I'm carrying an injury. I twisted my knee a little bit. And whenever I played football as a kid, or even in my later years, you know, you had it for a bit and it went, but it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be quite going as quickly.
That's right.
Getting old.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, an old fact.
Yeah.
Admit it.
But I want to play.
Oh yeah.
In my head, I want to play.
Yeah, no, in my head as well. You know, when I go to Menorca and my
But
my
did
friends,
you
we
used
go
to
play
play
basketball. I used to play
Right.
basketball.
basketball?
And then we go
Yeah,
play
but I've seen them guys in the hub play basketball. They're barely moving. You could get away with playing basketball. You're not running much, are you? It's a bit of this. And
Yeah.
it's more shimmying and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
You
precision.
You
and-
just said a lot of balls.
Oh, unless I mean, no, but what I mean is that you can't just stand around with your pals and throw a few hoops, can't you?
No, that's not basketball. Come and talk a proper match.
Right,
The
alright.
hardcore running up and
Proper
down.
match then, yeah, that's a different
That's
story.
the basketball I'm talking about. No, they
Right.
say, oh, I'm gonna do this. I go,
I thought just
No,
hanging around with your mates and
that's-
giving it that.
That's the warm up. That's not even the proper match. So yeah, I'm the same. I can in my head I can do it, and then suddenly my body says,
Steady now.
So yeah.
You know, I watched a video this week on YouTube, and it was a guy looking through his Hulk comics, his first 6 Hulk comics. Right?
Is this for research for your
No.
course? Right?
No, I just sometimes I'll stop
I like
looking
it,
for
yeah.
a bit, and if
That's
I'll
good.
go and watch a video for 10 minutes and have a cup of tea. So I just look for any rubbish on YouTube. And there was this guy, Hulk 1 to 6, you know, my collection. And he just had 1 to 6, and there they were on the table, and he's like, yes, we're looking at these. And they weren't done bags right, and he was very casual about it. And it was like, look at this, oh great, look at Hulk's. And I thought, I was so jealous, I'll be honest. I was watching it, I was so jealous. It was the way he was so casual about it.
Yeah.
He just picked it up and went like that. And I thought, I admire him. But I was actually turning green, funny enough. But with jealousy.
No enraged.
One day I'll buy them when I've got money to
Maybe Robertson banner.
Well, he just had them. Thing is, if you go to if you ever gone to like the States and been to the comic shops there, and like if you ever gone to the States and gone to comic shops there,
Never
Yes.
had the pleasure.
because it's much cheaper, eh?
Yes.
Because to us, of course, it's American imports. They're
Yeah.
older. They're just more expensive. I remember I went over and bought when I was trying to get all the Star Wars back years ago.
Yeah.
And I was in San Francisco, went in, and they were like $2 for all these. Here they would have been like £8 each, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like filling up the carrier bag with them. Lovely.
But you can fucking believe it.
But you can see that. You can see even when you go on eBay.
Exactly. Yeah.
You look
Yeah.
at the same issues.
Yeah.
And yes, the ones that come from America, they charge you an arm and a leg on
That's
the
right.
postage
Yeah.
because they want to make sure
Same
they're
quid and
nice.
stuff, yeah.
But
yeah, you really
the ones in the
need it. It's
UK,
$1.
they are as expensive or more, but not because the postage. It's just what they charge you for the actual comic.
Yeah.
It's just.
Mm.
But it's what it is.
Never went
So the reason I bring that up is this guy sitting having these 6 first Hulk comics. Yeah, he would have paid an arm and a leg, but probably a lot more to buy them here.
Yeah.
So
totally.
So
So anyway, I put comment under it. You're an effing. How dare you?
Troll them. You shit. You shit. You shit.
How'd you get on with the Black Panther and the Captain Victory?
Oh,
Did you read them?
today.
What did you think? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I realised both of them. After I finished reading them, I thought, if I was reading them back then,
Oh yeah.
would I have wanted to buy the next issue?
I think your head would have exploded because you would have never seen anything like it.
Honestly though, it was like, some of the ideas in there.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
ideas are insane.
But even like, I'd read this one first, and I was like, fucking hell. I realised I didn't have enough Kirby in my life. I realised I don't have any Kirby in my
What one came
life.
first?
yeah.
Well, that,
This one.
That came. No, I mean
What,
one
today?
in,
that was,
in general.
That was
made
like
ones.
late 70s. That was
Oh.
like early 80s.
This was 81. I read it 81.
So
I
you
think.
read the later one first.
Yeah. But then after that, I was like, oh, Black Panther, how good's it gonna be after Captain Victory? I mean, this guy's blown my head off. But then I was like, with the little man in it, and I love that little guy in it, the way he draws them as well, and then I was like, yeah, he's just a guy, Black Panther, but it's turned out to be brilliant this episode.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, after that, I was like, I've read nowhere near enough that I don't have any Jack Kirby.
Wow.
Other than maybe them
The X-Men.
English, British X-Men that I got.
Uh-huh.
So I started looking, there's no collected edition of that, is there?
Eh,
And there isn't that, but they cost like an arm and a leg.
Do you know this single issue just got republished?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got
the
I got it on Saturday
for the Kirby 100.
for £1.
You've got it there. There we go. So you can
True
get it.
Believers $1, and it comes with. So you got all the number 1, and then you also get
Oh, they've put a bonus in.
a bonus
Clothes of the Panther.
America.
That's
And it's great.
That's
It's
a
actually-
quid. Where did you get them from?
They are all $1. That's part of what Marvel
Well, where did you get them?
in Plan 9 in Aberdeen.
Hello.
They were discussing
Hi,
it
alright.
in the comic. Hello.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Good.
Grab a tea.
Oh,
Yeah, tea's great. Actually, you with the
How did you take it again? Sorry.
just black, no sugar. Thank
I
you
just
very much.
realised I don't have any. I've got a yet, so I was looking. So the follow on to there not being a collection of this that I know of or whatever, and these being expensive, whatever. I thought, right, well, obviously I'll have to get recommendations from you guys
Have a look
of
at that's pre-Marvel.
stuff to.
Because that's when it was timely.
What he invented the
Groot, yeah.
group.
Yeah. Do you ever see the 80s edition of that Cap cover from the Mark Grunwald years? And it's when he's wearing the black outfit. He's just called the Captain.
Oh yeah.
And he's tangling around with like D-Man and a bunch of like other kind of nobodies. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's one panel that really stuck out. There's a guy whose whole gimmick is that he's in control of a crane. That's his, like a crane, right? That's his whole power. Like he has a crane.
Okay.
And
It's like
Yeah.
older Simon.
yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
goofy that looks. It's nuts. I'll see if I can find the. I was going to take ages, but it's an
3D man.
3D man.
3D
yeah.
man,
He's
yeah.
sort of leaping off the page. Here he is.
Never
He's
happened.
the Iron Hat.
He came back
McDaid.
in the 80s.
And then even
I had
after
vague
that,
memories.
well,
Look,
the
look.
90s.
Look,
as
it's-
well.
He had a Ferris wheel. Smash my Ferris wheel, will you? But he's so furious about his Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucked up. What a shame, you know?
That would be annoying.
It is annoying, yeah. And 3D man's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. But, you know, I've got to do my bit. Yeah, 3D man.
Nice.
Contrary to his name, he's actually not 3D
it's
at
a
all.
bit,
He's just a 2D guy.
That's the way it's somebody
Have
goes.
you read all
Into a-
this?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
right.
It's this somebody Act 2.
Yeah.
What it
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Captain
Captain
Victory, yeah.
Victory. And it's just when you go, bang, what the
Fucking hell.
holy.
It's funny because
Yeah.
you can sort of see you can see what's to come in terms of his approach, but it's still got a little bit of
Yeah, this.
you know when you see the early Fantastic Four, the inks are like
Yeah, I know,
dead
that's-
heavy,
yeah.
and almost kind of
Yeah.
kludgy looking, and it has that sort of heavy sort of feel to it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was interesting that the Vice was, you know,
Yeah, because the style
black, eh?
is
Look
different.
at that.
Yeah.
You look at the one we did for timely and that era in the
Yeah.
50s.
It's just,
Yeah,
And as you're saying, when something Fantastic Four, the beginning is it's a little bit like that.
that's right.
And as it goes along,
Yeah, it gets more refined.
and it gets more into the Kirby that we remember.
That's right.
Funny
That's
legs.
exactly right. Yeah, this guy's almost
Weird
this style here is
fucking-
almost doing the
weird
faces and
legs.
interchangeable styles. Like if you look at Cubit from the time, it looks like that as well. You know, the faces kind of look the same. But
I think
but
probably they were more influenced by classic artists than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
comic strips and
see how he's drawn himself into the strip here.
yeah.
Yeah. He probably wears that costume to impress. He's supposed to be like a really super handsome guy, so he's
Yeah.
drawn himself in. It's me. Well, why not? Why not do that?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Chick Stone Inks as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Boo. No, I like Chick Stone. I'm only kidding. No, I'm joking. He's good. He's good.
So does
Very
the
solid.
Hulk march
He's
in
very
the win?
solid. Yeah.
Very solid. I like that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's that one?
Hulk versus Thor.
Oh, right, okay.
Or Thor versus
The
Hulk.
epic battle of the age.
Is that another one of the True Believers
Yeah.
Yes.
reissue things, right?
Where
So
do you
that's-
just get them? Are they like a subscription only thing, or can you just go into the shop and buy them? Because I've not heard anything about these at all.
Well, I knew they were coming out through the previous,
Right.
and then this weekend I was in Aberdeen, so I went to Plan 9 and I
Right.
bought a few of them.
But they were just on the shelf ready to go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on the shelf there. But as weeks are going, every week there's so many coming out. I don't know exactly which ones are coming this week, but there's few of them that are coming also this week, and few of them are coming next week as well.
Right.
So they have to spread them out.
These are all.
So that's
These
all
will all
the-
be collected in the epic things anyway.
Yeah. But it's a nice. It's a nice edition. It's a nice approach to it.
It is, that's right.
And the price is fantastic.
Quid?
Was
Is
it
it
quid? Yeah.
Yeah, it is good.
I never think about
And
it.
you get more than just one issue, because some of them is 2 issues or one issue and a back of the story, or there's.
In all fairness, I would like the number
How
one.
far is that already?
So it'd be
60
honest.
miles?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
70 miles.
6 or 7 months, something like that. Yeah.
And
I never think
Inhumans
about
as well.
going
Yeah.
That'd be good. That would be
for,
good.
to buy comics because I need to.
Yeah.
I'm after
I
that.
see the Thorvers.
Fine Line's a good shop. Like.
Yeah, we went to it, didn't we?
Yes.
Is that the one with the big stock downstairs as well?
No.
That wasn't that.
No, that wasn't that.
What was
Black Knight. No, the one down is the other guy.
Baldy guy.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember the name of
I
it.
can't remember the name either. I haven't
Asylum.
Asylum.
Asylum. There you are. Yeah, well done, Dave.
Well,
Yeah, that's a lovely edition. That's really nice.
It's nice. So yeah, they've done that.
lovely.
It would be good.
I kind of wish comics were this sort of size here. See, and even this kind of format, like the previews format, like a great big solid album of stuff, but kind of cheap paper as well.
Yeah.
Like a yellow pages.
Like the yellow pages, but just all full of comics.
Yeah.
Like I know manga is done like that in Japan, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about those dimensions as well, like that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be great? Like a big book of that, like every month or every couple of months, whatever. Superb.
That'll do it for me.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Your house would fill up pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, but you can put new comics and you can put reprints and and it just
Yeah.
you could do that. But hey,
Why haven't any of them done that?
I don't know. It might be expensive. It's a gamble, I guess, as well. It's
Yeah.
kind of,
Whether anybody's going to get it.
who's going to go for it? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
true. I mean, you could always do like limited prints.
Yeah.
And see how it goes.
Yeah.
As well.
so we're saying that this is done all those books, all these things are coming out.
Yes.
And Marvel has done these issues, which are really good,
Mhm.
and they've done some variant covers during this month as well.
Yeah, these are the toffee ones.
Yes.
These are
That's all.
superb.
But
These are toffee ones.
That's all Marvel's done,
That's all
Really?
Marvel's done.
and some variant covers. Really.
Okay.
There's a book coming out with this sort of comics, the Tales of Astonish, Journey to Mystery, and all kind of
The old,
pre-Marvel era. It's all about the monsters.
No.
They're bringing that out, but that's it.
Have DC done anything?
Disney did something recently. Like inducted Stan Lee and Jack Kirby into some sort of Hall of Fame, and they brought Jack Kirby's son along to speak. And both him and Stan spoke on Jack Kirby for some time. But it's apparently up online. It's apparently Jack Kirby's son gives a very heartwarming speech about Stan's wife and everything as well, because she just died. And they had this whole thing, but it's apparently all up online. It's like a big 8 to 12 minute video of him chatting away about him being inducted at the Hall. But they actually acknowledged that it was Jack Kirby was to be inducted as well as Stan alongside them. So I guess that's something. There's something
Well,
extra.
that's
And then
something.
Disney owns all those Marvel,
Yeah.
those big
but
Marvel rights.
From the publicist's point of view, there's not been
No.
books or anything like that. In the same way that DC is bringing all these fantastic
Also,
omnibus
DC is
and
doing
big,
something right.
and big books
And the redoings
and
with
revivals of like
Forager.
Forager or Buck and Mr. Miracle and the Commandy Challenge series, and there's so many things coming from DC this year, and I find that.
But then DC bringing out new series based on Jack Kirby's ideas. I mean, Marvel can't really do that to celebrate because that's their entire.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Operation.
Well,
exactly
that's
right,
it.
You know?
That's it. Exactly.
But then you could really kind of go into that and
Mm.
make something of that as a kind because what I was thinking was that it's nice that DC are doing this thing, but they don't quite have the sense of they don't owe Jack quite as much as Marvel do. There's no Marvel without Jack,
Exactly.
Whereas DC, there is DC without.
Yeah, Marvel
There's-
should be
there's,
bending over
Yeah, they
backwards.
should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
there's
expect-
there's
I
Superman,
know,
there's
I know,
Batman.
I know they constantly have in the back catalog and they do reprints, etc. But I would have respect to do, reissuing certain books or certain collections
Who,
of
Marvel?
omnibus from Marvel
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Jack
sure,
Kirby
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
And so far, it's been disappointed, at least
Yeah.
from my point of view. I feel
That's
The other
Sandman
thing-
special that's coming
the other
out
thing,
in DC.
this-
It would have been a good way for a lot of
Yeah.
more younger readers
now
to be
that's right.
there's,
familiar with
there's
it.
another thing
right,
here to
yeah.
pay attention is this 12 one issue $1 that Marvel is doing, which is really good, celebrating 100 years of Jack Kirby. Have you noticed anything on this?
On this here, on this.
Okay, no, in general.
Oh, in general.
Okay, so we go Avengers, Black Panther, we go Groot, and
No Fantastic Four.
no Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and no X-Men.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Fox connection.
Because
Yeah, they
what,
cancelled
someone
it
else has
recently.
the rights.
Yeah, the movie
no,
rights.
but they have the
Yeah,
movie rights.
but not the comics rights.
So
No,
why
the
the
comic
fuck are
book.
they not doing the Fantastic
Well, they
Four?
cancelled Fantastic Four outright the other day, apparently.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all in the realm of kind of rumor at the moment, but apparently the deal is that someone very high up at Marvel Comics, on the business side of things, is really, really furious that they can't get the rights back for Fantastic Four and for X-Men from Fox. Fox are holding on to those. There was a deal brokered a few years ago where they sort of traded back Daredevil, they gave back Daredevil, so they were able to do a TV series. And
So
obviously,
right,
that's
they
financial.
did- they
No,
did
I
the
agree.
deal, you know what I
Back when
mean?
they were worth
You-
nothing, they gave them away for
Yeah,
pennies
you
to
did the
other
fucking
companies.
deals.
Yeah, that's right. And now they're having to read that. But as a sort of like petty kind of, they sort of feel like if there is a Fantastic Four book or if there is an X-Men book, it's promoting someone else's properties. Yeah, somebody else's kind of cinema properties, and that's I don't really see how that's the case anymore with the.
But what they should
Because
do is
that's
just
on
write
top,
out
that's
and
on
out some outstanding Fantastic Four stories, and don't license them story rights to the movie lot.
Yeah.
And just make a massive deal of it first being a comic.
They did
Yeah.
this previously though when the films were actually coming out. Before this flop of a Fantastic Four film came out and before...
They've kind of ruined it, haven't they? The image of
Yeah,
it.
and before
Yeah.
the newest X-Men as well, they cancelled them the last time as well. They
Yeah.
dispersed the characters into other
Other
books,
groups,
which
yeah,
was
that's
just ridiculous.
Yeah, the thing was in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
this
really?
kind of thing. Yeah.
And Sue Storm turned
I think when
into
people sort of go,
Avengers.
when people look at Marvel Comics and go, I don't really recognise Marvel Comics anymore. The first thing they're going to reach out for is, oh, there's too much diversity, and it's like it's like two of the core properties are missing.
Yeah.
That's just been sort of stealthily kind of pushed on us, like kind of sneakily put in, you know. But they're not there, and so a fundamental kind of flavour of the Marvel Universe is absent. The Marvel Universe is not just the Avengers,
No.
and it sure as shit isn't the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the X-Men,
Well,
it's
yeah,
the
of
and it's
course,
the
yeah.
Fantastic Four. Like the Fantastic Four is the core of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, without Fantastic
You know?
Four, we don't
This-
have
it's
Marvel.
not Marvel.
Yeah,
It was the
that's what
first one.
started it, wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was the first one.
Yeah,
Because, well, legend says that Stan Lee was asked by the big bosses, so
Yeah.
we need to create a book that's gonna
The-
fight
the
the
rival
Justice League,
Yeah,
rival
that's
Justice
right.
League from
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah.
And so they say, okay, let's do this. And
Yeah.
they decided to go for Fantastic Four and rather go into a superhero team. Whether it was Stan Lee decision, Jack Kirby decisions, or both of them, that I don't know.
Well, the
I
FF
don't-
with really feels like Challenges to the Unknown, doesn't it? It's
Yes,
got that sort of
yes.
strong.
Which Jack Kirby worked
Yeah.
previously.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of that in
Yeah.
and the matter of fact is, in the first comic, they don't appear with uniforms, you know. Just when
When I was a kid, when I was reading comics in the 80s, Marvel comics in the 80s, they were so interconnected in a really kind of nice way that you would have, if something was kind of bugging Spider-Man, he could go and check in on Reed Richards and ask him, can you help me with this? You know, or it would cut away from, if you're reading the Avengers, it would cut away from an Avengers story to see what the impact was at the Baxter building, you know? And now you can't have that. So there's this kind of weird, like the Marvel Universe isn't really
But at the same
there
time,
anymore.
reading them same comics, you were able to read a self-enclosed
Oh
story.
yeah, for sure, yeah, that's right.
Or
But with a
two-
sense
or
of
one or
order,
two.
yeah,
But without having to buy
yeah, that's right. It wasn't like
Number
that.
13
No,
from-
no.
a title that you had no interest in.
No, that's right. That's right.
And
I don't know, that was always good though when you were flicking through something and it said read so and so.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was an option. The story is kind of concrete within what you're reading, but you can go off and read. Oh, what's Reed Richards talking about here?
Yeah.
What's Spider-Man talking about here? You know. But that you knew that the thing you were reading was going to be like kind of complete on itself. Even like the sort of Secret Wars kind of tie-ins, like Secret Wars 2 tie-ins, the Beyonder would turn up in the middle of this, whatever storyline was going on with Cap or with the Avengers or whatever. So you had a story to kind of follow, but you could go off and you could sort of see how that universe all meshed together. You could see these connecting points.
Yeah.
I can't get out of my head
No,
since
that's
reading
fine.
them two
Yeah,
Kirby
sure.
issues today, thinking, fucking hell, I don't have enough Kirby in my life. I can't get out of my head that I don't know whose comic it was, but that image of the Silver Surfer. And you guys, you guys saying, "Oh, this was the last panel that he drew, didn't it?" Before he kind of did one, and I was like, just seeing that panel once, it just stuck in my head. I never even read that song, just that one panel, seeing it.
Yeah, it's really strong, isn't it? That full face, like it's almost the size of your face. It's like looking in the mirror. It's mad. Yeah.
So later on tonight, I'm gonna have to get some recommendations, Kirby recommendations, preferably collected editions of stuff because stories and that.
This is in my wish list.
This is the new
Why?
one.
Are they like super prestige formats and stuff?
Well, this is coming in September, Mr. Miracle. All the Mr. Miracle by Jack Kirby.
And how much would that be?
Well, it's
$30.
$30, so it'll be under £30.
It'll be about £30. The markup's almost 1 to 1.
If you buy it in certain online,
Big Bada!
it'll be cheaper.
Big bars and that.
Yeah.
Probably
So how many pages is that?
over 400.
Oh right, so you're getting
It's like the whole series.
Right,
Eighteen
you're
issues.
getting a
That's
chunk.
18 inches.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's a whole series. All in one
Yeah.
book.
Oh yeah, shell out that for
A
that.
bastard to read in bed though, like you are going to get, is going to fall on your face and smother you if you're not
Right.
careful. So
Maybe
In
wait.
December.
Open on Bada.
In December,
If
the
you're
new
saying
books.
she's in there.
But that one is a big, massive thing.
yeah, is it the whole saga in one book?
Yes.
Jeez,
Why, what we're talking about?
1,536 pages.
Why? What we're talking about? How many issues is it? Would that be?
tons. Like I've got them all in
Lots.
hardbacks, and it's the 4 pretty chunky hardbacks already. So if they're putting the whole thing in an omnibus,
Gonna be-
it'll be enormous.
So it's already in
Get a new table, like a
collected
good
issues.
solid. Yeah. Although I think they might be out of print.
They're out of me and they're very hard to get.
Yeah. I picked
Unless
them up
you
about-
pay in big dollar.
I picked them up about 10
I
years
just
ago.
had a cursory look for collected editions of Black Panther when I saw that there had been
Yeah.
collected editions by, I don't know, Image or something. I'm not sure. But, yeah, they were £30
Yes.
used.
Yes.
The cheapest on Amazon. I was quite surprised. I thought,
But I had to
surely
get-
some of them they've
well,
just got
the
printing all the
Eternals,
time.
they did 2 books years ago. They have the whole collection of the Eternals. But you're paying
Well, I thought they reprint them. I don't
30,
understand.
40. I'm hoping they're gonna reprint them, but don't know.
So when they did these that now I were looking, for example, at the Black Panther ones and these that you're talking about, did they do a really limited run? Was it a
Books.
really limited print? Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. But they're very hard. I mean, you have to pay probably about 30 to 40 pounds per book nowadays.
That's what it was coming up
Second
as.
hand, and it's hard. I do hope, and I was hoping that Marvel was going to reprint the Black Panther and the Eternals and Devil Dinosaur and things like that.
For comics generally, it's kind of a limbo period, and it's the same for Jack's. There's still lots to love in this, though. Like it's still bristling with ideas, and it's still really kind of mad and full on, and it's full of this really gutsy stuff.
Some of his ideas in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Captain Victory, I was like,
Yeah, that's
Even
that's
now
a
it
wild
sounds-
book, man. He just got more crazy and more inventive as he got older as well. I think he's really inspiring in that way. Like his real period of invention isn't when he's young. It's like 40. It's like midlife crisis onwards. You know, it's like 45 through
Did you
to
say-
pretty much the end.
has anything ever been written about his creative process? Like,
Yeah.
is it stuff that came in dreams? Is it stuff that he'd go for a walk and it'd come to him, or is it just?
No, see, I don't know
How
on
did
that
he
level.
kind of-
I think even like people who are close to him, like Mark Evanier, like they. There's something interesting under that cover there. Did you catch a glimpse of that?
Yeah.
You take that slit there. That's nice. That's actually better than the cover. Oh, man,
yeah, the panda.
that's lovely. That wowzers!
Stuntman.
Check out Terror Island. It looks like a right dump. Fucking brilliant. That's definitely a better cover than that. My God.
Well, the
That's how it's going to look from now on. That's what's going on.
Almost last page.
Yeah,
definitely.
you're saying there that his stuff when he's older was probably more creative, more more inventive or
Yeah.
whatever. But that's remember that you said about that film the last time. It was a totally made up film.
Yeah.
They did that alone. That's what they're on, and that was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Some of the ideas and the colours and everything.
I think he kind of clicked into, like, in the 1970s, the kind of rise of, like, sort of hippie thinking and prog and von Daniken type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of discovers all this kind of new stuff, and it all feeds into his concepts. So you get things like the Eternals and his 2001 stuff.
Yeah.
And then he gets really heavily into kind of civil rights. So you get his Cat Run and his Falcon stuff. So he just stayed really interested. I think that was the key. He never got kind of complacent or hung up on technique necessarily, but he was always just kind of really interested in whatever was going on in the world and how he could turn it into comics.
Yeah.
The quote that was going around this week, because of all the Nazi shit that was going on, was him talking about how, like, as far as all he cared about in terms of politics was that if you liked Hitler, he was going to beat the stuffing out of you. That's this whole deal, right? But there's actually another interesting bit in that quote that they always sort of leave out, and that is because what he's asked about the House Un-American Activities stuff, this sort of McCarthyism. And he says he wasn't that bothered about it. So he wasn't really a political guy in that sense. And he's talking about how all he cared about was how it would affect comics. That was all he was thinking about. And so how it would affect his career and would comics survive this stuff that was going on. And the only thing he was saying about it is if somebody came up and said, "I like Hitler," he just hit him. You know, that's it.
That quote has been banned.
As well as the cover to Captain America 1, which is such a fucking killer cover.
I saw you putting that up the other day.
Good.
Yeah.
Just even apart from its obviously kind of brilliant message and image, just the technique on display and the colours, it's so ahead of its time. It's just it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Anyway, I feel like I've rambled on quite a lot.
No. Ramble.
Don't ramble.
You know, there was a bit of a worry about the effect the McCarthy witch hunts had on animation, because Walt Disney was one of the main witnesses.
Really?
There was you might have noticed there was a difference between the animation style between Fantasia, Pinocchio, Snow White, and Dumbo that followed after that.
Yeah.
Because half of Disney's staff went on strike because of apparently poor conditions, and it got so violent that someone shouted a homophobic insult at Disney when he was trying to get to work.
Really?
He ran out, fists clenched, to beat them up, and he had to get dragged off this guy. So he held grudges.
Walt
so
doesn't give a fuck, does he?
Well, when the witch hunts came, everyone that striked was labelled by Disney as a communist. So he gave evidence, and there's footage of him actually giving evidence, standing trial.
He named names. Everyone who works for me.
Well, what makes it more interesting is that the FBI, CIA, whoever it is in charge of all the files, got permanent black markers and blanked out everything with Walt Disney, everything connected to him, even though he'd been filmed giving evidence.
That's Walt Disney's life.
Everyone that was against him got blacklisted and labelled communist. And many of them never found work in the animation industry.
That's terrible. It's a good thing Don Bluth came along in the sort of 60s, isn't it? Because he's like responsible. I don't think he's Dumbo, but I think things like The Fox and the Hound and Robin Hood. I think that's Don Bluth.
Yeah.
And it is a different style. It's crude. It's lovely, but it's a lot cruder.
Yeah, Disney actually died in 66. Was it 66?
Who did?
Disney. He died in 66.
I think that's my favourite thing.
story.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that slightly more pencil-y kind of look.
Yeah.
It's very lively.
Yeah.
Can I get it in colour?
That's Wonderland. My God.
Yeah.
Just slightly diverging from the comics again, I mentioned Robin Hood. That was originally going to be Tale of the Fox, with Renard, the French trickster fox, who is a devious character and kills half of the cast. And Disney and the other guys thought, we can't have a film where this potential murderer is the main character, so they thought, okay, we'll make, we've done all the character designs, we'll keep them, but we'll have it as Robin Hood instead of Renard, which is why Robin Hood is full of cartoon animals. I'm surprised you actually like that one, to be honest.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I can kind of stomach. Yeah. Weird.
What's wrong with? What do you?
I've got a weird thing about like
cartoon
animals that look like people.
Black cat. What? They can't read it.
What's the word?
You can't read what?
Anthropomorphic.
What's it called?
Black Sam. It's
Really? Like, it's a proper sort of like
Yeah,
The characters are animals.
But it's fine. You're fine with Robin Hood.
Yeah, okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was maybe just because I saw it from so young.
Right.
It just doesn't
And they
resonate.
seem fairly abstracted as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's, yeah.
Well, what about like Jungle Book? There's a lot of kind of like the loom
Yeah, but
and that.
they're quite distinctly
Yeah,
animals.
right,
They just
okay.
have voices.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe what it is.
Yeah, it's not
They don't look like, they
Yeah.
don't look like people. They
Yeah,
look like
yeah.
animals,
See, even in
right?
Robin Hood,
Yeah,
it's still paws and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
How
you're
can you
right.
not like
I see
Baloo?
what you mean.
Whereas, like,
Yeah.
what was the one that you brought in that was it was like a French bulldog in a prison?
One that probably borrowed off you, wasn't it? French boy. Oh no, not like that. I think it was the first issue of something called, I don't know.
It's called The Pound?
Dog Patrol or
Oh,
something
right.
from last year or something like
Dog Patrol. My God.
Paw Patrol.
that.
Barrel Scraper.
Brooklyn,
I don't know, but either way,
Yeah.
that one
something.
that one
Yeah.
is literally
I think
like,
I know. I
The
think I know
past
what
year
you mean.
or
yeah,
two.
it's like you're
Yeah.
talking like big,
It's like a
muscly-
gritty kind of.
Yeah,
book.
but
It's like
Yeah.
these things with big, like bulging muscles in it,
Yeah.
and then just like a dog's head. And like,
Yeah.
oh. so creepy. Furries are just.
So
like,
the furry community is right.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
That is
Blocked,
so-
blocked,
yes,
blocked,
yes.
insta-block.
The minute I see a furry, it's just.
I'm followed by a couple of furries, and they're really, really nice people.
Oh,
They're
come
so,
on.
they're
Yeah,
so
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
It is weird.
Furries.
Furries.
Furries. If you think I'm explaining furries to you, you've got
No,
nothing,
oh God,
mate.
no.
Absolutely not. Plus, he's
No,
an actual
well-
physical pain here.
We'll explain afterwards.
Another time, yeah.
We'll explain
Back to the
afterwards.
postscript.
It's not really.
No, it's the,
No,
It's
yeah.
not the place at the time.
Oh no.
I'm quite furry.
Yeah.
Well,
Not like that.
we'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
I don't like the sound of that.
So, IDW
Yeah.
is publishing. It has
Yeah.
4 artist editions
Yeah,
out. 2 from Marvel,
yeah. These are lovely, aren't they? They're so good.
Thor and Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and 2 from DC, New Gods and Kamandi.
Nice. Nice.
So
nice.
this
What
is
are artist editions
Yeah.
where it's just black and white?
It's a big
Large,
format book.
Large format.
Original size of the artwork, I believe.
Yeah, original size page artwork, and yeah, you just
And you see the markup on it and the kind of erasing and the sort of correcting
right.
fluid. It's all there, yeah.
So-
And because they used to letter straight onto the boards back then, it's readable as a book as well. Like it's got all of the lettering. Like they don't do that anymore. That's all done digitally now.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't have that.
You
Well,
can see
it's not to
the
the same
tape
extent.
marks and
Yeah,
things.
yeah. So is that
They're
something
beautiful
you'd purchase yourself? Something like that?
I've got a couple of them.
Yeah.
You
Which
can
one's-
also
which
go
one's you
either.
got?
They're very expensive.
Which one's you
I
got?
got the Star Wars one and the Empire one.
Ah, nice, nice.
I
bet the Empire
have a
one's
chicken
lovely.
and I'll Williamson one. Oh,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. That's
Besides
amazing.
the price, would you like it as a thing to read? If it
Yeah.
wasn't so
Yeah, you can
expensive?
read them.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can read them.
Yeah. And I'd probably buy them in a smaller edition, but the same kind of crude, unprocessed look as well.
Right.
Yeah, you would read them
Yeah,
that way as
definitely.
well.
They seldom say it's the closest thing to having a book
Yeah.
to looking at the original art.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
part of the artist, which is there are good editions. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, they
That's,
are
I've seen the
very
Jeff-
well
Jeff
reproduced, and it's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, as close as
Yeah,
can be.
I'd like to see those actually.
And many of them
Yeah,
are
I'd
made
like to
because
see
of collectors that have original art. They managed to get them together. Can we reproduce your pages? You know.
Right. What are you looking at, a ton for something like that or more?
yeah.
For the book or for the original art?
Yeah.
For the book.
For
Yeah.
the books,
yeah,
around
that-
about £100
Yeah.
roughly.
I see that was the interesting thing about the Empire one, that the whole 6 issues were there, every page was
Yeah.
there, and I thought, well, somebody's actually got
Yeah,
a hold of these
that's
at
right.
the time and put
Scanned
them in a
them.
vault.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's
know?
right. Yeah.
Because the Star Wars one wasn't. It was like issue 1, bit 2, 3. You know, it was
Yeah.
bitty. It was bitty throughout the series.
It's Chaikin does the first one, isn't it? And it's Williamson the second one.
That's right.
Oh
Yes.
God, I've got to get hold of that. That's
Williamson
he's
was
incredible, Williamson. Yeah.
Really
I'll just be
classic,
studying it for the technique, you know.
very very classic artist, but
Terrific, yeah.
Yeah,
very elegant.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
His
it's-
likenesses were already spot on
It's
as well.
just it doesn't exist now that you can look at it
Yeah,
nowadays, and it's just fantastic. Really, really good.
I've got the 80s Daredevil one at home, which is
Oh,
really
that's
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, really nice. It's such a mess. It's fantastic. Like, you really see.
I don't know.
That did look good.
It is good. You can see where the brush is kind of running out of ink, and you can sort of see where the tape, where the paper has not been kept all that well, and It's almost the only thing it's missing is like coffee ring.
But that makes it.
Oh, it's brilliant! Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a really good. That's a great thing that IDW are doing. It's great.
Yeah. The only thing about those books is if there's one that you like or you're interested, you need to be quite quick because they are quite limited.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of them. Forbidden Planet in Edinburgh, they always seem to have a ton of them for some reason.
Well,
quite a lot.
They are expensive.
Oh, they are. But
And
they
they're,
do have a
they're a
lot.
bastard to carry as well.
Yes,
so that's
they
another thing. Yeah.
So these are the two main things that they're bringing out.
Oh, they're bringing out more. It's just that's what's coming out
From that
from that book.
solicitation,
There's also
right.
the Demon. It's coming in
I
October.
might want that actually.
It's doing a book with the demons. It's got all the demon of Dracula.
It's
Yeah.
the demon's still a bit of a mystery to me. I don't know that one.
And
I've
they
not
also
Mr. Miracle.
last month they
Brilliant.
brought Kamandi as well, the hardcover.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, so they've done several. So they've done all the stuff that Kirby did essentially. And the only thing I haven't seen is the losers, which he did quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
Omak. That's the only couple of things I haven't seen.
Oh, I liked the reboot of that. I've got that. It got cancelled after 8, but they did that in that style
They
as
did
well.
indeed, yeah.
I liked it.
It looked like,
I thought it
it
was
looked
alright.
really, really nice. Yeah, I've got that. I did a drawing of him. I've got him as the lock screen on my phone.
Right, so that's what's currently in of the Kirby stuff that's been reissued
So you
this
can
month. Yeah.
this month they should be able to get what's coming out. That's based on the previous from the stats coming out this month. So yeah.
Right.
This is the one that's bringing the most
Yeah,
this year.
yes,
It seems to be certainly material-wise, books, series.
All these great books come out,
Fantastic.
and I kind of want them because they look so good, but I've got all the issues at home. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm standing going, I still want to buy it.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like, I've
yeah.
got it all.
Yeah,
Like that Mr. Miracle, I think I've got maybe most of them.
I don't
Yeah.
have any. I've read some.
See, I almost
I don't
wish I
have
had
any,
one
and
of
I read it
them.
in black and white,
Really
so
like it.
I won that. Yeah, I liked it.
I guess if I had any brains, I'd sell my issues. And
no, don't do that. That's crazy.
And then
That's
buy
crazy
that.
talk. Just you've got them just in two formats: a convenient
is-
format and an inconvenient.
There is some. There is something.
I've got CDs and records
Now-
of the same
Now you
music.
say something stupid there, Dave.
no.
Now you would not get that comic smell in the new book.
Well, exactly.
That's
And
You only get it in your
all
single
those
issue.
adverts and
Yeah,
it's the context, isn't it?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That fading print. The fact that it's
The
that it's
yellowing of the
fading to
pages.
brown, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That comic.
that's
is
a
so
fair-
bad.
When you
Yeah.
have to pay for your dementia care.
That's right. The allergic reaction you have when you open one. That's really. It's all part of the fun.
Yeah. See, but as each day goes by,
Yeah.
more and more people that are interested in comics are dying, and there's no more coming up. So my market is closing. You know, I need to sell them.
Nah.
What am I going
Oh,
to
I
do?
see what you mean. They're not an investment. You're
It's
wrong.
like-
You're quite wrong to think of them as an investment.
No, I don't think they're investing.
No, they're not.
But I know if I put old Mr. Miracles, or for example, online on eBay, I get something for them now.
Yeah.
And I suspect that.
Well, do they bring you any pleasure now?
Well, of course, yes.
Well,
that's why I'm not selling them.
that's it then, isn't it?
It's really more just a bit philosophical, like a thought experiment.
Yeah.
I'm never selling them.
No.
It kills
If you
me.
want the other one, just get it as a present rather than you get it for yourself.
That's right.
Get it bought for
That's
you.
right. But
But
only
you know
wish
what
list.
Then you've got both of
That's
them,
right.
and then after a bit
Yeah.
you'll know, won't you? You'll probably just live with both of them and
Yeah.
love both
You'll
of
find
them.
room for both.
I
in your
stopped
heart.
myself buying the.
Okay. Right.
How nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I'm going to stop myself buying that Mr. Miracle book
No.
and the New Gods one.
No.
You can get
Yes,
it.
I will.
I tell you what, if
Because
I
remember,
get
they
it,
did
I'll
the
show
fourth-
it to you. So you can
they
have
did-
your
yes.
hands and you can look at it and say, yes, it's
They
nice.
did those Fourth
Or not,
World
something.
omnibuses, I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
terrific
They're
books.
lovely, lovely.
And
books,
I was
yeah.
like, no, I stopped myself buying them. I thought, I've got this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And I still, you got that Star Wars one,
Yeah.
Volume 2 or omnibus.
And you'd
I
say,
nearly got that. I was
yeah,
like,
you-
I'm going to buy this. And I stopped myself buying it when Dark Horse done it 10 years ago. And I thought, no, because you end up with like 15 different
Yeah.
editions.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is madness.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
I wish I'd done that with some
Yeah.
records from the 90s.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, that were in second-hand shops which I could have picked up for nothing.
But like, you already had it. Like,
Yeah.
That actual issue. And you
Not comics. but
That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah,
People
yeah, yeah.
buy
I
the
know.
actual same issue again. and
But with
go
a
find
view
them.
to archiving one and reading one, or what?
No, I think it just goes beyond any reason.
That's
By
right.
the
I
time
don't
you've
think-
got 10,
There's no rationale that underpins it.
like there's
Yeah.
photos online.
Someone
of these
monopolises all
making-
the issues. One person's come out of the
I mean,
wall.
I wouldn't say that, don't do that, but I'd say I don't want to do that.
No.
By the time you've got 15 copies of X-Men 1,
Yeah.
what's
It's-
happened?
Sounds like you've got.
It's a madness.
I think we're
It's a
going
madness.
into the collectors.
Oh, I've got that.
Yeah.
Mindfulness.
But
But I don't have that.
psychological.
But I do have that impulse to buy again what I already have. If it's
Yes.
in a nice new edition, if it's shiny,
Even if it's
like
the
I
same
have
edition.
it. But perhaps, the feeling of it suddenly, it's like I can somehow switch off the fact that I own it, and I can see it again for the first time. And it's only when I take it home and I see that I have them there in multiple formats
Yes.
and digital,
Yes.
where it's just like, I'm a fucking idiot. This is just rank stupidity.
But they make the new editions so nice.
They do.
Yeah,
They really do.
and
Those
attractive.
those hardbacks, those
Yeah.
fourth world hardbacks. I've got
And
them.
sometimes they have extras.
They do. It has essays
Yeah.
and like the paper that's printed on. I've never seen this like real dead cheap
Yeah.
paper stock.
And
So it looks like a
they're
comic.
actually like somebody got the comics,
Yeah.
cut them up,
Yeah,
glued them in a
that's exactly
bundle.
right. It's not
I thought
shiny.
you
It's
remember
not,
in the shop. Like,
yeah. This is a proper, nice, lavish edition. Yeah, designed to
Yeah.
within an inch of its life.
Oh.
They were the Miracle Man that you're on about.
All the fourth
And
ones.
I'm getting that
They're
one.
all
I
collected
decided
on the
now.
fourth
I don't
one.
have any. I don't know any of these. I don't have that problem. I don't know any
You
of
can,
these.
you can, you can,
So I'm-
you can, tonight you can go.
That's right.
This
Yeah.
is coming.
Whereas he's having
I'm buying this coming now.
Yeah.
And this, depending on the price, I may ask for Christmas.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I'm going
nice.
to carry on my lifelong project to get all the issues. So I've maybe got like 5 left to get.
All right.
So I'll just carry on with that.
Good luck with
And
it.
You actually are.
You
you
look
actually are
very
on a
jealously
crusade.
at your
Yeah.
book when you.
If you were to
That's
say,
fine.
no one should try and dissuade you from that. You don't want to suddenly find yourself at
No.
the goal. You want to spend the rest of your life.
I understand that because there is a sense of adventure on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
nice to
Yes.
go and travel and
Yeah.
visit shops
That's
and
right.
places and rummage through the
Yeah,
stinky
and look
boxes.
for Elton
And
John.
suddenly,
Follow the
in that
clues
£1
and the-
pound box,
Yes.
you'll find
That's
Mr.
right.
Miracle number 15.
And then
you
you
go,
can die. Then you can die.
Yes!
Now you were
Like
there
that.
at Glasgow when we were going through, and it was an issue of Eternals.
That's right.
£1. And I
Oh,
thought, I
what?
need this one. I'll do nice.
Wait for this.
I could have just went home then. I was happy. And it's the one with the big
And
handle
there's
on
that
the front.
sense.
That's a business.
Is that an error?
Yeah, that's right.
Would that be an error?
That'd be priced up by someone that doesn't.
I don't know. Because it was the only one that was
I bought
a pound.
a Daredevil book, an old one, and that was a mistake. But I gave it for the price.
Yeah.
And I bought it for £1.50, and the guy went, imagine that, £1.50. and now I'm looking at on eBay, and it's 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
pounds for
right.
an Asian particular.
Obviously, the moral thing to do would have been to go up and said what you thought its actual worth was and pay. It's like, this is wrong, this is wrong, it shouldn't be £1. I refuse to pay £1 for this. This is a great book.
I'm
This is
stupid,
a sin.
but not that stupid.
I don't know.
But that same seller that gave me the Eternals for £1, he had 10 copies. I think it was 10. It was a lot anyway. Maybe 6, right?
Yeah,
and it was
the
copies
annual
of the
of the-
Star Wars annual number 1. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. And they were all like £10 each. And I thought, if you're trying to sell these as being rare comics, and like this old, old ass comic from 30 years ago,
Just have
and you
one of
want a
them out.
tenner, you've got 6 of them. How are you telling this is not a good
You-
way to
Just
do
have
this?
one of them out.
Yeah.
Rather
That's
than
the
it
same
being-
one.
Put one in the box
Yeah.
and keep the rest as a
Well, that's what I
backup.
mean. How
You
do you
sell
do
it,
that?
you
You
get
have it,
another
it's
one.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, he's showing himself in the foot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that hooligan then?
I can't remember.
Some
What
idiot.
they're called. I liked him when it was £1 for that, and then I just thought that was mad, having 6 of the same comic.
Is that the guy like the furthest wall had all the like characters at the back of them?
He was pure comics, this guy. He wasn't
Oh, no.
selling
He
Yeah,
was,
no,
as you were entering in on the right hand side,
I like
in the
them,
corner
so.
of the room.
Just comics.
Oh, the guy
Oh,
with
no.
the
It's
underdress
just-
in the
it should be loads
suitcase.
of comics.
Yes,
That's
yes,
all.
and there were
Okay.
all the kind of things.
That's
There
all
were
you
animals,
need.
there were
Yeah.
books,
Yeah, the
comics,
guy,
magazines.
the guy that was
Little
charging
shorties.
like a ridiculous amount for the American underdress thing. It was just
Mm.
so stupid. He was selling like one old ass little zine for like £7 or something like that. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'll give you £1. Like,
And you'll like it.
yeah, you'll fucking.
You'll thank me.
Is Plan 9 quite big? I can't remember.
It's quite big.
Is what?
Plan 9.
Blind Eye, you came out with a bunch of books.
It's quite big where it
Do you remember
comes.
I gave me
And the bargain bin.
It goes quite deep, and there was a big section with back issues. And
No, but it sounds like I need to go back.
we went for lunch with the
Swords
lady
on the
there.
wall.
He's got swords.
I
in
get
his
lunch.
mouth.
You know people collect swords.
We had to be there because you were with us.
Alright. He's got what? Swords.
Swords.
It's the one that puts weapons on the wall. I remember going,
You know, one of those guys. One of those guys that has swords.
Right. I can't remember it. Shit. Is it not a bit like the Glasgow Forbidden Planet on Buchanan Street that we were on?
Glasgow Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, the one that's on there.
Well, it used to be like
the big
years
section.
ago.
It's vaguely.
It goes kind of deep as well.
Kind of, yeah. It's changed now again.
Plan 9.
Plan
The
9.
Blind Nine, they move things, yeah.
Oh,
Because
really?
now the band has kind of role playing and books and things like that.
Workshop.
But it still has a big section of back issues and
Yeah,
a
every
big
time I
section
go
of
there, that's
sale
a
graphic
dealer,
novels.
isn't it?
So yeah, they're still doing
Dundee's
that.
back issue game is very poor now.
Well,
I never went to Black Hole, but they've gone now, so that's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
it's expansive.
now it's just
Yeah, Hoy's got
overpriced
nothing.
ones at Oxford.
The Hoy's got nothing.
No, nothing like that. No.
Nothing.
No.
Oh,
It starts to get a few single issues in, but it's never
Has
going to have like. Yeah, it starts to get a few single
Because
issues.
he's
Yeah,
a
Can you order?
yeah, you can order now there. Yeah, I think
Oh,
they've
right.
picked up a little bit of the trade.
Oh, I didn't
that's,
realise. Oh, it's
that-
good
that
to
Black
know
Hole
that
had.
maybe I could. Oh, if I'd have known, I'd have ordered that Zoo Hunters. That's
Yeah.
what I'm after, that Zoo Hunters.
Yeah, she's got like a orders box, with
Oh, right.
single issues and shit in it, but no back issue bin. I probably won't ever have anything.
Right.
So
She did say
So, it might be time to get back in the game. See what's coming up. 'Cause I left it all after that, my bad experience on eBay and for leaving a neutral comment. The guy banned, the seller banned me.
really,
Well, he's a really well-known seller on there and like shifts thousands.
right?
So that's why he obviously can just fuck me off.
Yeah.
Because I put a neutral.
There's one thing I can't stand.
But then you go through the comment and it's
boils my
like
piss.
he banned other people. Well, or they banned other people that had left
Oh,
neutral.
do you know, I
comments
really
and
want to
stuff.
ban
It's like,
people. That sounds great. Just banning folk. Just fucking, you're banned, you can't. Banned, you're banned, get out. Don't leave me none of your neutral comments or a bad comment or even a slightly iffy good comment. It's got to be like full praise or you're fucking banned.
or you're
For
gonna
life.
dark sell for 30 years on your own.
Give me an example of a neutral comment. Is it?
I don't
I
really
don't
know.
like
I can't
this,
even imagine.
What did you say?
I can't even imagine.
I said that
No, you can actually select that category.
yeah, it's
Yeah, you can.
positive,
Neutral.
yeah,
Negative.
neutral, or negative.
Did you write
I
something
need
in
a
there
like
going,
second.
Yes, I said
So-so.
I said it was to do with how long it took to get to me.
This was a transaction. That's as neutral as you get. Transaction was completed.
That's a neutral comment.
But these guys,
Well, no, I'd still
they've
be
been back with me,
I'd
so
still-
I'd buy stuff.
He'd still be getting money off me if he
Yeah.
hadn't banned me. It's
That's
lost.
very strange behaviour. That's weird retailer behaviour.
It is, isn't it?
So
It's
it's-
just
But it is
because
quite-
it's just because it supposedly impacts negatively on their
Yeah.
feedback score. But personally, if I read neutral comments and they were,
Yeah.
if they seemed valid and
Reasonable.
and reasonable,
Yeah.
it'd be all right. It wouldn't
Yeah,
put me off the seller.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
what gets me is you can reply to comments.
Yeah.
So you could have literally just said back to you, apologies.
Yeah.
I know.
And then
Instead of going,
100.
no, I did send on the day. You are now banned.
Yeah, you could
That's
just.
it. Do you know what I mean? Or something along them lines. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
So it's like getting
Fuck
banned
you
from
then.
a shop.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It is-
can't-
it is
yeah, I
literally
can't
that.
ban-
That's
I can't
right.
ban from
That's
it.
right. You're banned, mate.
There is a thing about, to be honest, there is a thing, because I bought a couple of things recently, not from just them, but other shops. But with eBay, they put quite specific and stringent things on the sellers, especially like big sellers, on the comics. For example, you have to sell the comic and the PMP has to be included in the price. There is a particular, they give you like 2 days. Have you received your comic on those days or before?
yeah.
For the customer. And
I
there are
know
things,
all that.
and there's lots of things that they are out of their control. And yes, I've been honest. I said, look, it didn't arrive on the day, but I left a positive comment. Because I said, look, there's never been a problem.
I survived.
You know, if it takes 2 more days or whatever, well, it's just the post. It's out of your
It's
control.
funny, this thing that says
But
important
they are
news.
very. eBay is pushing quite a lot of
Yeah,
pressure
but
down.
the thing is, it wasn't one or two. It wasn't one. It wasn't 1 or 2 days. It was several days.
Yeah.
And it was the only time. It isn't that I like making an enemy of people. I'd already bought 100. Well, not 100, but I'd already bought tens of comics.
No,
It's a bit.
I've left positive comments all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's within my rights. If I feel that it's not been dispatched as quickly as you said it was going to be, to leave a neutral comment.
And it's only neutral. It's not
But
like
what I'm
it's not
saying,
even
Dan,
really
is that
negative.
I bought tens of comics
Yeah,
off him before.
yeah.
For years I've been buying off
Yeah.
him. So
Have you
it's like
tried
I have.
to be in contact with
Yeah,
them again?
yeah.
Do they still?
Oh, no, not again. Not since then, because
You're banned.
just to
Yeah,
prove
well, I
just
would-
the way that he was.
Do they still do that though? Positive, negative, neutral. I thought it was just
Yes.
all. I thought it was all stars now.
No, you do positive, so you put positive, neutral, negative.
But you still do the
there
stars.
is for
Stars
specific
are for different
sellers.
stuff,
For
yeah.
specific sellers, is did you receive your item by that day?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
say yes or no, and then you have each category with the stars from 1 to 4,
Yeah.
1 to 5.
This is
and
all
then,
taped,
and then your comment.
This is going to be important. And I want to say, if the anyone's listening, that Giuseppe is a malcontent, and you were right to ban him. And I think you're good, and I support your shop. Don't ban me, because I probably will be giving you some business at some future point. And I'd love to come and do a signing at your shop.
loyalty,
It's
mate.
really,
That was Dan McDaid.
That's some
Loyalty to the
that's some
cause.
lovely sycophantic behaviour.
Now that's Giuseppe speaking, and no one else in the room agrees with him. Everyone else thinks he's a
You
clone.
can keep your arm, I don't know why I'm looking at the
No, we'll edit
comment.
this out. Edit this out. This is bad.
Right,
This just sets a bad
I
vibe.
edited out his last one as well because it was literally like at the time I said no, I'll leave it in, and then when I listened to it back, it was just all of us going, "What a bunch of cunts!" And I was just like,
And you're lucky
Well.
there's no camera because it will be like
Yeah. Keep your
either.
No, I think they're good. And
Well, you know.
Giuseppe is wrong.
I thought they were good till I got
That was
banned.
correct. We'll stop that. We'll edit out what you say
Anyway.
next. I thought they were good. That's it. That's a lovely review. But
They're
maybe
good, they're
that
fine,
review would be too
they're
neutral and just end up getting banned.
Banned as well.
Uh,
Let's talk collected editions of good works. They're available.
Yeah,
I'll buy some.
The Coming of Galactus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic Four. That's the first one to buy. Get
Is
that.
that the one that has that panel of
With-
thingy?
Silver-
Silver Surfer giving it all
Silver
that.
Surfer appears, but no, that's not a panel in particular.
Eagle. Oh.
Eagle Moss Publishers. They do like these Marvel
Who
collections.
originally? Oh right, so it was originally Marvel.
Yeah.
Eagle
So
Moss.
you'll be able
Right.
to find it. I bought it. I actually bought that a couple of years ago. For like £8.
Did one of you guys bring it in last time? Did you bring it in?
I brought it in.
I brought in a
An
pocket
issue.
book.
Books. I had the black and white pocket books.
Of
I had the
of
color pocket, the
of the
Panini
coming of-
pocket book.
of
Coming of
Galactus.
Galactus.
Yes.
Ah right.
Galactus trilogy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
They call
essential.
it the Coming
Yeah,
of Galactus.
yeah,
That will be the first one to get.
yeah. I totally agree.
That's
Yeah.
terrific. That could be
Great
the first
artwork.
and last one.
That's it. That's all I need.
That's it.
It's pretty
Fantastic
complete.
Four.
It's pretty complete. It's
So
all his
yeah.
themes are there. You know, Silver Surfer's there. It's his first appearance.
Alright.
Start with that one.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
really good appetizer.
Yeah.
Next.
Inhumans. Just
Inhumans.
literally you can get all of the the starts of the Inhumans.
Which is there's a
Yes.
Fantastic Four stories.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Some
Four
of
stories.
that's in there as well.
That's right.
Is it?
There's
Okay.
great, there's a little bit of it, yeah.
But there is
So
one
what's
that just
Inhumans a separate group? What is it?
They guested in the FF. And
Oh, right.
But it's literally it's all their like
guest spots together.
it's basically they just take all their guest spots and then they do like it's the first 5 or 6 issues or something of their own title.
Right.
This one collected book.
It's a shame that Captain Victory doesn't have a collected.
They might do. I
don't know.
Pretty
I
sure there's
think
something recently.
Dynamite did a collected edition of it because they did a relaunch of it.
All the
And
characters, yeah.
Yeah, so I suspect they
I
probably
can't
got.
find it anywhere.
Because they did Dynamite, they did Kirby. Called that was a series called.
Yeah,
With there was a lot of.
it's quite good. I thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
image and style and arts and characters that Jack Kirby created, and so they said, okay, let's use this and create a story with it. So they did that, and they brought comics of Captain Victory and other things. So I'm pretty sure they did
Was that Kirby Genesis?
Victory.
That's right.
Blew me head today. Captain Victory.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you might be able to find
The
it
collection.
might not be the whole thing, or it might be just the first issue, so I'm pretty sure there's something about that. But yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah. What was that one with the surfer panel that stuck in my head? What comic was that?
That was the series, Silver Surfer series, but it's only the last one that's Kirby for that. The rest of them are John was saying.
Oh right.
And it's
I mean, I love
that's gorgeous as well.
That's
Yeah,
good as
it's
well.
nice. That is lovely.
It's
Yeah.
a nice series.
Is that the final
one that you wrote on?
Well, there was one issue of that in there.
Yeah.
What period was that originally? Was that the
Late
80s?
60s.
Late 60s?
Just before he left.
Yeah.
To go to DC.
I think I like that Buscema. I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly what his artwork's like.
It's terrific draftsman. Really.
Is
really
it
good.
like? Is it a bit like Kirby with that kind of effect on metal that he does?
Not quite.
No.
There's a little bit like Kirby's influence touches everyone in comics at times. You can see traces of it, but he's a different kind of artist. He's a
Right.
more kind of
I'll have definitely seen
fleshy
his work in
like we talked about how Kirby's like anatomy wasn't always exactly kind of spot
Weird,
on.
yeah.
It is weird. It's his own idea of anatomy. Buscema's not like that. I might say his name right. I never really get to say that name out loud, so I don't freaking know.
I'm not well, if I knew what his origins were.
Did you say
Italian.
Buscema?
Oh, if it was Italian,
Buscema.
it'd be
Buscema.
Buscema. So I'm going to
Buscema. And I think because the Americanized, they all say Buscema.
Yeah, Buscema, yeah.
Carmine.
Carmine.
This is Carmine.
Carmine.
No, Carmine.
You got blow up the Carmine.
So yeah.
So, right, oh, good.
John Buscema. If you like John Buscema,
And you
I
got
recommend Conan the Barbarian.
yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yes, right.
That is, to me, is the best
Yeah.
Buscema you'll find.
Yeah.
See, someone says Conan comics is John Buscema.
Yeah, and his Mephisto stuff is really good as well. Actually, in the 80s, there's a really good run on Avengers with John Buscema and I think Roger Stern writing it. That is fucking awesome.
Tom Palmer
There's a
doing
book,
inks.
and Tom Palmer doing inks, yeah. So it's it all collected in a book called Under Siege. Get that. That is super. Super. It's like a real Marvel epic. Like the wheels come
Classic
right
80s.
off the
superheroes.
Avengers there. Yeah, it's terrific, yeah.
I like the sound of that.
It's top.
All the
It's
bodies
absolutely top.
gang up
Yeah.
and they attack the mansion of the
Yeah.
Avengers.
And it's devastating.
And
It's
they
great.
win.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't be upsetting me.
Yeah, I think that's saying we.
Everyone was like, oh my god, what they
Yeah.
do?
Although there was
Terrible.
one, and it sounds like it maybe came after what you're talking about, where did they go in there and kick Jarvis's head in?
They did.
The one I read was because Kyle Baker inked it,
Jarvis.
and I love Kyle Baker, so I got this one issue, and it was all about it was Jarvis talking about his life working for the Avengers, inked by Kyle Baker, and that was nice.
And he mentions this kicking he got.
Well, he's still lying in bed, like with bandages.
Oh,
on.
right,
So
right.
he's feeling sorry for himself, you know. It's like a wee pause.
Oh, right, right.
In a bigger storyline.
I do have that book in Spanish. All of the issues.
Has it got that Kyle Baker one in it? That would
might be at the very end of it.
epilogue, yeah.
It might
What,
be
the
at
Under
the end.
Siege?
Because he's like, he's feeling frail now, you know. Because he's just a bloke with a hoover, right? So they all came in and then at the end he goes, no, I will return to duties, and that's like the happy ending. You know?
Look with the cover. That's that cover by George Perez, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Instead
a
of
classic.
like,
Fucking
stand back Avengers.
The very front of the Avengers cover
Yeah.
over there with the cover in hand. Yeah, what's that?
He's just an obese, middle-aged man with high blood pressure.
He was skinny, wasn't he?
He flipped. Sometimes he's
Really?
skinny like Alfred, sometimes he's
okay.
chunky
I always
like
think he's
the
skinny.
original Alfred.
In a couple of months' time, you're going to have Kirby's entire run of Etrigan the Demon released.
Oh, right. Is that the demon?
Like
that you-
also
oh,
October.
That is
Yeah.
all from Forbidden Planet.
So I like the recent
Yeah.
demon stuff as
That's
well. I
the
like
recent
it.
ones I've got, but
Choose
the original
160.
will be out in the middle of October, I think.
October.
Oh, that is demons. Fucking brilliant, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
it does look quite insane. Oh, it's
Yeah.
actually a Kirby idea, a Kirby invention.
yeah.
So all these quirks, except for, I don't think he rhymes in this one. But all the other quirks are all Kirby's. So like his bond with Jason Blood, how he's got to say the poem and then releases the demon inside him. Yes.
See that right? I thought you were
I'm not sure.
He doesn't rhyme much.
I'm not sure if Etrigan rhymes all the time in the Kirby ones, but in the recent ones, Etrigan has been promoted. Yeah, he's been promoted. So in most of the recent stuff, he says almost everything in a rhyme. But I've never actually read the Kirby originals, so I'm not sure if he rhymes in that. That's maybe before he was promoted.
So in a couple of months that comes out.
Yep. And he's got to rhyme to release the demon or to go back as Jason.
So demon, new gods, eternal.
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle. What?
Yeah, but read everything.
Yeah,
They're doing loads of all the collected.
DC is bringing lots of collected editions.
Mr. Miracle would be amazing.
Command you last month.
Yeah.
This
For
month.
$30 for the whole series, man.
Yeah,
That's
If
great.
you like Big Barda, and we know that you
Big
do,
Barda, yeah.
then you've got that's where it's at, man. Seriously.
$30.
Yeah, $30 for
For the
Mr.
whole
Miracle.
series, yeah.
For the whole series of Mr. Miracle, 18 issues,
Yeah.
over 400
That's
pages.
what I mean. I'm
$30. Softback.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Like a great big album. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Well,
that's what
that's
I want.
coming out.
That's it. Sold.
Yeah.
Sold it
So
out.
we're all gonna get it.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't think it was only 30. It's because of the fourth
Everyone's going to find it.
20
Everyone's
percent.
going
That's
to
why I
find
stopped myself. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
So
well,
by the
well,
time it's in Amazon, sorry, I'm gonna buy it from there because that'll be the cheapest probably.
Cheaper
It'll
than-
be in October time. It takes them around 2-3 weeks.
Is there somewhere I can go to online that will have a comprehensive list of what DC are reissuing, rather than having to look at the previews every month?
Well, if you go to DC website,
Yeah, they'll have all the Kirby's.
they are quite good. You need to kind of surf through the website, but you'll be able to find a section where it tells you all the comics they are bringing out and trade paperbacks and graphic novel are bringing out each month.
Oh yeah, I know, but I was wondering whether they'd just done a separate Kirby section just because of the special editions that.
Actually, this is a good point, right?
I don't know. I
I
haven't
was
seen it.
interested in what everybody does with this. For like, if you're not going to the comic shop and you want to you think to yourself, I want to buy some new comics, right? What do? What I do is I go on eBay, right, and just type it in and buy the cheapest one. Now that I have found better than going to the Diamond website and looking through that bloody list that goes on forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys? Do you guys have any tips on how to buy new comics?
No, I was actually looking for some because I struggle.
Well, that's a
I struggle on
nightmare, where
finding
we
new
are.
stuff in general. I tend to go into because I like things more in like
Human.
I like things in proper books. I don't
In a
like
book,
in an actual book. I collect edition, so I tend to just go on eBay, go in the graphic novel section, pick cheapest first, and then just troll through the list and see what there is. But the only problem with that is when you do that, it's sellers who class things as graphic novels, and it's all just books, just random.
I normally,
literature,
let's say I initiate a search, and there's a particular, I don't know, I've written an article, oh, there's such a comic series, right, okay. So the first thing I go to Amazon, and I type that. Because sometimes there are reviews. I read the reviews,
Yeah,
okay.
reviews are good.
I leave it there, and go to eBay.
Right.
Can I find an eBay? What can I find in eBay? Can I find the single issues? Can I find, you know? And then, if I'm not quite convinced, then I will go into a general search, perhaps in Google or in Bleeding Cool or in a particular website or something where I can find more references.
This is such
Oh,
a
going to
faff, isn't it? Like imagine just starting off in this game and you don't know these little kind of tricks and tips and everything. You'd be like,
but that's the thing.
I just want to buy some comics.
That's the thing, Dan. Before you will go to the news agent and there will be piles of comics.
You know, that big W.H. Smith that's
You'll be able
opened in
to-
town should stock some comics.
Or you'll be able to
There's a
browse and you
vacuum
decide,
there
oh
that they
yeah, and
can
then
fill.
you'll be people in the school
They've got
and your
comics.
class and go, yeah, I do that one, okay, that's fine, I'll give a show to that one. You will constantly, nowadays that doesn't exist.
they've got graphic novels.
They've got
single
comic
issues.
sections.
Maybe seen.
But yeah,
They
you're
sell
right. it's,
merchandise and graphic novels and posters and t-shirts.
No, they have
But
comics.
yeah, it's at the back.
But they're pricey.
No, it's not out the back. It's like
Is
towards the
that
back of the
issues?
shop. No, it's graphic novels and trades.
It's pricey, but it's a lot of new stuff.
Oh yeah, but it's not individual issues.
No.
Right.
No, graphic novels.
Just graphic novels.
But
right.
it's predominantly newer things. So like say,
I don't know why they kind of lump in
the new one.
music. Must read. I don't understand where they necessarily go. Where the connection between graphic novels
I think
culture.
I think there's always been kind of a crossover between sort of comics and pop. They kind of, it just sort of occurred to me today. Someone did a list of team names, like superhero team names: the Avengers, the Defenders, somebody else, and then the Proclaimers underneath, right? So it's like, and I was like, the Pretenders. You know, there is this kind of crossover. So
Right,
you go to this big. It's basically like a pop culture store that also happens to have loads of music. And, you know.
There's also the thing that as soon as you walk into HMV now, you're met with a massive wall of T-shirts.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's just the
it's all nerdy stuff as well.
It's
It's
all
all
the
like
latest
Walking
pop
Dead
culture
and yeah. They've got bloody doormats in the window that
Yeah.
are just all like nerd-based doormats.
I've
You
got
know, is that
one.
where you got yours from? Yeah, I thought it was the
I've got the one with the Joker saying "Welcome to
Well, there you
Arkham
go.
Asylum."
That's like the first thing you think. Oh, I'm going into some sort of comic book shop here. Clearly, because there's a TARDIS and there's that and the others. No.
But like you said, just at regular newsagents.
That's where it should.
Because often that's where I got them in the 80s.
Yeah.
It wasn't a specialist comic shop, it might have been a bookshop or second-hand bookshop that had the comic section or a newsagent.
The Premier that's across from the Steeple, they've got comic books, but they're right next to porn.
They literally are on the top shelf.
Right next to porn.
Individual issues?
Yeah.
Well, they're British reprints of individual issues. So there is I know exactly what you're talking about. You like talking about going and getting where it's a comic.
Right.
Basically, a US comic that's been reprinted, not reprinted, but like relabeled so it can be sold in the UK.
Yeah.
And that's right. I remember getting that. You get like weird issues of things, and maybe they wouldn't have the next issue, so you'd have to.
It was just
And these are like 3
some
stories.
just used to. I'm sure some just used to be the regular American edition.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. They just have a sticker in the corner, so you could like scan them. It just said Comac in the corner. That's all.
Yeah, or it was like Spider-Man's face.
Spider-Man's face. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, because what would that have been in America? A barcode.
That would have been a barcode. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought that was. God,
Or to say like they
I love
give
that in the old
reading.
comics where it was just a little thing
Yeah.
on paper.
Yeah.
I think that's so weird that they actually stick them up beside the porn.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's because comics are for deviants now to some extent. You know,
Yeah.
they haven't even got that much porn in there. It's crazy. It's quite a small selection of porn and quite a small selection of comics. Like, why would you even come into this shop? It's stupid.
You seem to
They've
know
got
quite a lot
crisps.
about the porn collection there.
Well, why would I not? I don't understand. I don't really understand what you said.
Tell me more.
Well, I can't go into detail, but it's not pretty much what you'd
Is the
expect.
camera on the side where the bus stops are? Is that where that you're on about?
Just near the neck of window.
That's right, sexy stuff.
Sexy stuff.
Yeah.
Bear book.
Right.
What was that?
Bear new goats.
Oh, right.
Your only hope is, and that can happen
An old deer in the loft.
because there might be some people who decide to sell these
Ah,
four books
to
and
buy
buy the
to-
omnibus.
To finance the omnibus purchase.
That's what I'll be looking
A la turmoil inside that David's got.
That's always a gamble for the seller. If that's what they want to do, and it could be a gamble for you as well. Because if you're holding on for that to happen, they may still sell very expensive. They might not. So it's kind of
And those editions are really nice as well.
you have to decide. You need to make a decision.
That's just the trades, isn't it?
The first 6 Hulks as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Are they collected?
You can get it in a panini
You
book.
get them.
Again, a pocketbook panini, which I brought
thinking-
down last
that
night.
size, yeah.
That's how I bought it. It's probably the cheapest way to buy it.
Nice. I'd
Gentlemen,
like to go, but I'm going to have to hand off. It's always
Nice.
great to see you.
I'll see you next time.
Dan,
See you soon. See you soon.
I'll wait to go.
thank you.
Thanks
That's a
for
solid
everything.
handshake.
Nice.
Sorry?
There's
That's
a
a
real
power
power
shake.
Right.
Sorry.
I need this hand.
Sorry, it's got power. Just have to. You need to do a proper handshake. Very well. Bye, guys.
See you, man.
Fun.
See you
later.
later.
I just want to be able to walk into like one of them fucking little shitty forbidden planets that we went into in Glasgow. It's only a shitty little forbidden
The Edinburgh
planet,
one's
wasn't it?
much nicer. It's more space.
Yeah, but even but have you ever been like? There's a comic shop in Leeds called OK Comics.
Yeah.
Tiny,
Yeah.
tiny,
But there's loads in it.
but they fucking do the job right. I swear to God, the length of it can't be more than this plus another half, and there's another floor above it, and that is it. But what he's got is upstairs are the trade paperbacks, and he's even got bargain bins.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not a sale, but there's a big
and then
couch.
downstairs are all the current comics.
Yeah.
You know, on display.
Yeah.
You didn't have to fucking order.
And then
Unless you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, you could walk in and go, oh, I want to be able to just
buy things on a whim.
window, on a whim
That's
and
right.
go,
I
look at
yeah,
that.
something catches your eye and you're like,
Yeah.
I'll have that. Yeah, that's right. I don't have to go in fucking pre-order.
Yeah, and have to look at previews 3 months before
That's
to know
stupid.
that this comic's coming in. And
That's stupid, yeah.
But I suppose that's the nature of the industry and the fact that there isn't
That's the way it is.
millions of people wanting to buy it. Otherwise, there would be big
Yeah,
windows
although
everywhere.
although there are some shops where you can go in and they are just out. Like the new books are all out. And you
But people like
yes.
Forbidden Planet that can take hits
Yeah,
on
right,
unsold.
that's really what I'm thinking about, yeah.
Or Plan 9,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Plan 9 sound like they're
Mm-hmm.
stocked up,
Yeah.
up to date and regularly and stuff, so.
So easy, guys.
I'll say
See ya!
Yeah.
Yeah, I better get going too, man. It's
I know it's getting late.
time.
Yeah, I'm
Time,
going to
it's
go see
time.
him at that.
Oh man, I enjoyed them 2 Kirby comics today, man.
I'm glad. Because they're brilliant.
Yeah.
I got
Continue to stay up to date with That Comic Smell on Twitter at That Comic Smell. You can also send us any comments or queries at thatcomicsmell@gmail.com. To listen to our previous episodes or to follow us or subscribe, you can reach us at SoundCloud, YouTube and iTunes. Thanks for listening.
This episode's track was brought to you by Vasquez, VASQUEZ, and the track name was Low to Be Heavy. You can find Vasquez on Bandcamp.